Good afternoon and welcome to Morning Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be talking about Rise of the Beasts and my review of it. Um, well, I got a lot to say about it. I'm going to try and keep this video short. Me, I make the attempt to keep videos short, but I don't always manage to keep the videos short, that's for sure. I'm re-recording this already because I keep recording videos longer than 30 minutes for this movie because I got a lot to say. So let's get into what I personally think before we get into spoiler territory. Personal feelings about this movie are such. Number one, if you're a Transformers fan, go watch this movie. It is a good Transformers movie. Good, and it's great in the theater. It's an amazing movie. I absolutely loved every part of it, except just a couple of parts were so that I thought didn't belong there. But the majority of this movie, I'd say, I enjoyed about 88% of this movie. It's a pretty good percentage of a powerful movie. So this was a fun movie. It was a great popcorn movie. You definitely want to watch and sit. You sit and watch and or listen and enjoy it. And when you're going there, go ahead and ask for the audio description equipment and try it out as a seeing person. And maybe send them in some surveys and talking about it because as a blind person, I don't know exactly how good that audio description is. So if you could watch it with the audio description and maybe reply to comment on my video here with some things that the audio description left out because I'd like to know what audio description left out because sometimes it actually more often than not it leaves stuff out because it doesn't have enough time to say everything. So if you want to help out the blind, then do that. Go watch Rise of the Beasts. Get yourself some audio description. Bring your own headphones. Don't you use theirs. You don't want to swap earwax with strangers. Then bring your own headphones and go watch the movie and tell me afterwards, was the audio description any good? Because at least for me, it felt like it was pretty good. But then again, I don't have anything to go on but the audio description itself. So uh, I'm a uh, I'm a biased opinion on that end. Like a fish when it comes to water, they're pretty biased when it comes to water. Uh, so that's the non-spoilery bit. Go watch the movie if you haven't already seen it. Now, if you've for the spoilers, let's continue. Let's give them a minute to leave if they don't want spoilers. Are they gone? We'll see. Yeah, I think they're gone. I don't know why I just pretended to look around. I'm freaking blind, but yeah, I think they're gone. Everybody watching at this point should be watching to know what a blind man thought of the movie and the spoiler review stuff. So let's get right into it. First off, there was the deleted scene I heard about, and I think it belonged in this movie, and I was very upset it didn't. And that's with the fight between Optimus Prime and the City Bus Transit, who's a Decepticon, the only Decepticon in this movie. And that gave backstory on why Optimus Prime acted like a complete douche in this movie, why he was so angry and just wanted to go home. It's because during the fight, Transit shows him scenes of Autobots being killed, and they're while they're in prison, they're being executed, and Transit's like, look, before they die, they always say you're going to come and save them. They all think you're going to come and save them. Isn't that the funniest thing in the world? Because you're stuck on this planet. I made sure of it. I destroyed all the ships. And that's what we needed. We needed that to give the understanding of, oh, that's why Optimus Prime's upset. He just saw a bunch of Autobots die with his name on their lips. It's pretty messed up, man. Transit, that is good Decepticon behavior right there. You get a double star rating for being a good Decepticon because that was epic Decepticon action right there. Good job, Transit. Good job. I don't even know who you are, but I absolutely love you now, even if you weren't in the movie. So that needed to be in the movie. I think everything else in the beginning should have stayed, except they should have made room for that scene by removing the scene where Noah goes off to find a job. Like Noah and his brother, cool. Noah fixing something, cool. But then just have Noah come home that night and go, I couldn't find a job. And then you could have had enough time for Optimus Prime and and to beat up a Decepticon at the beginning of the movie. And we had all gotten into Decepticon action. And we'd have been like, oh, that's what the Decepticons are. They're killing Autobots on Cybertron. What was that? That was weird. Huh. My table randomly vibrated. I hope that's not an earthquake or something weird like that. That was odd. Maybe there's a cat in here that I'm just not aware of. Anyway, where was I? Right. So Noah doesn't get the job. The guy at the thing, and this scene I did enjoy, even if I don't like the fact it's in the movie. I still enjoyed the fact that it was done very well. Noah got fired because Noah did not get hired because of the color of his skin, but that character was following all the laws and regulations and rules, and he found a reason not to hire Noah that wasn't based on Noah's skin. And I've heard people complain, like, why would a commanding officer say something like that? Like, he wouldn't. The guy was lying to Noah completely. He called that commanding officer up, and the commanding officer was like, yeah, he just needs to build his teamwork skills more. The guy was an excellent individual, and I think that with time and a little more confidence, he could become an excellent worker and employee. I have a feeling that's what the commanding officer said. Like, yeah, he's a great dude. He just needs to build his team working skills. And that was all the person who was looking to not hire Noah based on the color of Noah's skin. That's all he needed. He just needed that he's not a team player. It didn't matter if that's exactly what the commanding officer said, because that wasn't what the commanding officer said, and I doubt that's what the commanding officer said. But that's the way he took it, and then that's what he used to not hire Noah, because he was a racist. At least that's my opinions on it. You can have different opinions on that matter, and my audio description doesn't talk about color of skin a lot, so I could be completely wrong, and that dude that sounded like a white guy could have been a black guy that was, Noah was trying to get a job from, and this entire argument's null and void just because audio description didn't tell me the color of their skin. So that's what I think happened based on what I heard. So I could be completely wrong based on what actually occurred there via sight. Now, the bits after that, the Twizzlers, the guy eating the Twizzlers, if maybe not everybody knows this, but a thing that a lot of people use, or not a lot of people, but many people use to help them get over smoking, is they will chew on Twizzler pull-and peels. They'll, some of them freeze them and then just kind of gnaw on them for a while until the craving to smoke a cigarette's gone. Or they'll just chew on them constantly. Anytime they get a craving for a cigarette, they have that fixation, that oral fixation. They need something in their mouth. They need something. So they'll chew on a Twizzler because it's the right width. I mean, it may be really long for a cigarette, but it's still the right width. And that's what I think was going on there. That was an individual who was in the process of quitting smoking. And I do wish that Noah had mentioned something like, those Twizzlers better than your cigarettes? And the guy go, no, but they're healthier. Something like that. I think that would have been a cool extra addition to give that character a little more backstory, but no, that's what I believe was happening there. Now, let's talk about the key. The key. Now, why did it activate in New York? Well, I believe the key activated in New York because the lady had put that laser on it. Why did the statue crumble? Because when the key was pulling in the power from the laser, it started resonating and vibrating, and it probably shook the statue to pieces. That's why the statue crumbled. It makes sense. A lot of Cybertronian technology has wireless charging capabilities. All it needs to do is have energy in the area around it, and it will absorb that energy and charge itself. That's why the key started activating in New York City. It was activating because it had a power source attached to it. That laser was giving it power directly, and it didn't stop until the laser stopped, until she pulled it away from the laser. And then it was still activated, but it was no longer shooting giant beam into the sky kind of activated, That's what was going on there, at least what I think. I love Mirage. all of his cool Mirage tricks. I like the fact that they included that as a power that he had. It's not all the time we see powers like that in Transformers, especially in the live action movies. So I was very happy to experience that. I love the garbage truck scene. I was One of the reviewers later mentioned that it was, they made it kind of obvious that the back of that garbage truck was a hologram, and that's how Mirage could become something that big, because it wasn't even there. It was just invisible, or it was just fake. And I love that. I was like, oh, that's so cool. He literally, just made up most of his alt mode out of nothing. And I wondered, like, could they use that more in the Transformers in the future? I liked that idea of a Transformer becoming a bigger vehicle, but actually just becoming like the wheels and the chassis of the vehicle and maybe the drive area at the front. But everything else is just the Mirage. It's all just hologram. And I also like the fact that they did have hologram people driving the vehicles. That was also an addition to this that I appreciated. I really enjoyed. That was a bit of extra world building, and that really helped out. I do have to say that when I did want more Beast Wars Transformers, more beasts. Tigertron would have been cool. Never get my polar bear. Love my polar bear, and that's a bit sad that we didn't get those guys, and Rhinox didn't speak at all when Rhinox was a very cool and chatty dude, and we didn't even get much of Cheetor speaking. We didn't even call him Big Bot. Um, so that was a bit sad that we didn't get much of that. But also another sad thing is we got no guinea pigs in Peru, and we got no Peruvian flute band. Like, how are you gonna have Peru, but no Peruvian flute band or guinea pigs? Like, come on, it's just worldwide known for Peruvian flute bands and guinea pigs. You could have had a guinea pig farm. Maybe there was a guinea pig farm. Let me know if there was a guinea pig farm and the audio description just didn't catch it. If you didn't know, in Peru, they eat the guinea pig. They practice animal husbandry with the guinea pig, and they raise them in little fields, and they're apparently really great with A1 steak sauce. Just an FYI, that's what all other cultures do with guinea pigs. Isn't that neat, boys and girls? A little lesson. Yeah, look, you're learning things today on blind_prime. You're getting your learning down. So the Peru scenes were pretty cool. I don't think that was Wheeljack. I think that was a character with a personality disorder of some sort, because his name is Wheeljack, but he talks like Beachcomber, and he looks like Ironhide, or at least he's a bus like Ironhide, like a paneled van like Ironhide. So he's three characters in one, but not even a Wheeljack, because he's only named Wheeljack, but he more acts like Beachcomber. And he's got Hot Shots glasses. So he's got Hot Shots goggles. Just, who is this guy? What is this dude? You know? And so it's just really weird. Other than him, I thought RC was pretty great. I love the fact that RC got more speaking parts. Thank God RC got some actual speaking parts in this movie. And RC was a cool character in this. That was really great. I liked RC's character a lot. I thought that was a fun character. And also, with the understanding of that deleted scene with Transit, Optimus Prime's douchebaggery makes a lot more sense now. He just wanted to go home to save his people. That's what he was focused on as the leader. He was focused on saving his people. He was focused on the next step. He had trouble focusing on the present. He was so caught up in what was happening to his people on Cybertron that it really took a lot for him to realize what was even happening on Earth. I think that's what was going on there. And I really wish that transit scene had been kept in, because that gives you everything you need to know about this Prime and why this Prime is acting like he is. Because he's scared and worried. He's frustrated and annoyed. He is angry and he can't do anything about it, so he feels powerless. This is an Optimus Prime that feels powerless, and that's why he acts like that. Many people, many humans in real life who feel powerless, they act aggressively, they act mean, sometimes they act like douchebags, because they're in a situation in their lives where they don't feel like they have any control. And if they can control what you think of them, then that's at least something they have. They can control that when they can't control anything else. At least that's this humble YouTuber's opinion. I may be completely wrong because I don't have no psychology degree, but that's my thoughts and feelings on the matter. But anyway, the end of the movie was quite excellent. I thought everything came together nicely. I do wish there had been more scenes with the Beast Wars characters. I really wish there had been more acting between that. Um, it it was a little annoying how much there was involved with humans. Like really, you had the humans go to the spot. RC's is like as tall as a human when she's transformed into robot mode. So it was a little annoying that they didn't bring RC with them. I thought that would have been cool if you had brought RC with you to that area, and RC could have been dressed in some cloak or something and just been your bodyguard because you know these Terracons are looking for you. You know the spider bots are coming after you, and you got problems with stupid spider bots. So you could have brought RC. They could have brought RC with them, and that would have been something extra fun. It would have been the humans interacting with a Cybertronian that was as large as a human in a positive manner, which we barely got to see that. But the RC's is a little bit bigger than a human, from what the audio description said. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Let me know in the comments below. But no, I think that's what should have happened there. Is she should have gone with them to the temple thing and found the hidden staircase and gone down, and that way, when the Frieza units attacked them, they wouldn't have been running around screaming. They would have easily handled it. But that's I think that's all I've got to say on this one. I enjoyed the movie a lot. I definitely will be watching it again, and I'll be watching the Schneider cut version of the movie to see what they may have missed out. And by the way, on that note, the Schneider cut is a terrible movie. Don't even bother. That is 4.5 hours of gruesome, gruesome slowness. Ugh. Never again. Never again will I watch the Schneider cut. Thank you so much for watching today's video and for checking out my YouTube channel and liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, doing all the things. It makes me happy, makes you happy, and it helps me reach more blind people, making them happy. And it helps me raise awareness for the blind. But I've blathered on long enough, so thank you so much for watching. Until next Prime. Oh, and this week we're covering War for Cybertron Optimus Prime, Gamerverse 03. So look forward to that. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye bye for now.